Tell me about your next book coming out, I think this summer. It's The Sad Truth About Happiness, 8 Secrets for Leading the Good Life.
Oh, thank you so much for asking about it. So the parasitic mind was about what happens to minds when they are parasitized by idea pathogens. So it's a quote negative book. It does offer you a vaccine, a mind vaccine. It offers you an inoculation against these idea pathogens, but it's about what happens to your mind when it goes awry. Well, then I thought, okay, well, why don't I write now the flip book? Why don't I write a book that what happens when, you are imbued and endowed with positive mindsets? What might some of these be? But what frankly led to me even thinking about writing such a book, it had never been, on my radar to write, a how to live life book. It was just never something that I thought I'd be interested in. What led me to write it is that whenever I would post something on my platforms that was prescriptive in nature, guys, here is how I lost weight. I used to be 86 pounds heavier. Here is what you need to do. Those messages would resonate more than anything else that I would ever write. And oftentimes my prescription would be something that I thought is profoundly obvious, and yet it would be life altering to countless people who would write to me and say, oh my God, I just lost 30 pounds because of what you just said on Joe Rogan. I just did this with my wife because of what you said there. So I thought, wait a second. People seem to resonate with me as a person, with my positive prescriptive messages. Why don't I take a shot at writing such a book? Because I am someone who is by disposition happy. So, but that's the genetic part, right? 50% of our happiness is due to genes, but then that means that 50% is up for grabs. That's the part that we can affect change. And so I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to write a book. So the book is basically a combination of my personal anecdotes, a lot of the stuff, a lot of the Arabic, Jewish stuff that you said that you love to hear me say. Oh, it's full of that stuff because it's all informed from my lived experience. But then it is backed up by the ancient wisdoms. Here comes Aristotle. Here comes Epictetus. Here is Seneca coming at us. Here is Socrates, right? Here is Confucius. And then backed up by contemporary empirical science and happiness research, psychology research, behavioral science, neuroscience. And so it's a melange of Gadisms, Gad stories, ancient wisdoms, empirical science, put it together. That's the book.
Wow, I'm looking forward to it. I've been posting kind of a Stoic quote every single day for the past couple months, and people seem to really enjoy hearing the things from Epictetus and Seneca and Aurelius, and it gives me a lot to think about each day. So that with the Gad spin on it, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Can I tell you one quick story
Please.
about? Forgive me. I hope it's not. I hope it doesn't bother you that I just interject. So in the book, I talk, because you mentioned all the Stoics that you just did. By the way, I love all of them, but someone recently asked me, who would be your favorite? And it was impossible for me to say. But then I said, well, okay, if you're forcing me to answer, I'm going to go with Aurelius, because I love the fact, and then I'm going to tell you another story in a second, because I love the fact that this guy is, comes out with meditations, but he's also emperor of Rome. So, and as you know, he's pissed off when someone is coming to him to interrupt him with emperor stuff, because he would rather be immersing himself in thought. And I said, I love this guy. I want to hang out with this guy. This is my guy. And so that's why I decided to go with Aurelius, because he exemplified the polymathy, the Renaissance man that I so admire, and that I try to live my life according to those edicts. Be interested in many things. But the other thing I was going to say is that I remember, because you said that you post all these quotes by the Stoics. I remember at one point, do you know who Nassim Taleb is?
Yes.
Right. So Nassim is a good friend of mine. He's actually a fellow Lebanese. And so one day he was joking with me, the sparring stuff, the teasing. He said, Gad, I don't know what the hell it is that you study in psychology, because anything that needs to have been discovered about human nature, the ancient Greeks have already said it. And so at the time I said, okay, I get what he's saying, but okay, he must be exaggerating and so on. Then as I was doing my deep dive research on all these things for the book. So I would come into a passage where I'm like, my God, what a brilliant insight I just had. And then I go and I say, Epictetus already said that 2,000 years ago. And so I said, you know what? I think Nassim might be onto something. Now, of course, it's overselling. Of course, we've done a lot of things since, but there is real value in what Nassim said, which is it is unbelievable how profound these guys were, because there must have been at least 10 places where I said, I can't believe I made this link. This is beautiful. I can't wait to write this at the cafe. And then I find out, oh, Seneca's already covered it.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, got to do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I'm just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
This course has been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just in overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you got to pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not going to regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.